Good evening. I would like to call the Committee of the Whole, City Council Committee of the Whole meeting for November 7th, 2018 to order. At this time, we will have our moment of silence, and for tonight, to think about the fact that as we enter into this season of colder wintry weather, there are people who won't have a place to be. And I think we understand that it's not just the city's responsibility, it's a community issue. All of us coming together to give people the opportunity to find a safe place to be and a warm place to be. But it's not just ours. We're doing a great job as a city taking care of all of the people that are in our city, but we want our entire community to participate in that process. So with that, a moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. Alderman Russin, would you lead us in a Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Alderman Russin. Jackie, would you please call the roll?
Ambrose.
Here.
Condon.
Here.
Rawson.
Here.
Dickman. Here. Mattson.
Here.
Grip.
Here.
McGinnis.
here.
Kluel. Tompkins.
Here.
Dunn.
Here.
9 present, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. And again, I want to wish you a good evening as we begin this meeting of our City Council. I would again like to welcome all those in attendance and also those who are viewing the meeting on television or on the internet. We respectfully welcome all of your comments and opinions, and please keep in mind that as you talk to the Council, you are also sharing your thoughts with fellow Davenporters and with viewers throughout the region by way of our TV broadcast. We are happy that you're participating in your city government and ask that your participation reflect the common desire we all share to make Davenport an even greater place for all of our citizens. For the children, adults, seniors, and families in our community, those in attendance, and those watching at home, I thank you for joining us. At this time, we ask that you turn off or silence your cell phones and other electronic handheld devices, as they can be disruptive and interfere with the audio system here in the chamber. If you wish to address the council on a specific item that appears on a committee agenda, you are encouraged to do so during that standing committee. You will also have an opportunity to address the City Council under Public with Business portion of the meeting, which will occur towards the end. When addressing the council, I ask you step to the podium, wait to be recognized by myself or the committee chair, and speak to the council as a body and not to any single member. We will ask that you limit your remarks to no more than 5 minutes, and I ask that everyone observe, and I know you all will, the commonly accepted rules of courtesy, decorum, dignity, and good taste. So thank you again for being here. Is there a city administrator update this evening?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. We're going to move right into our public hearings. We have 5 public hearings this evening. I'm going to ask Alderman Grip to lead the public hearings on community development.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. We have 3 public hearings in community development this evening. I open the public hearing for item number 1 for case REZ 18-14, request of Dan Elias to rezone 1.49 acres, more or less, of property located at 4435 East 53rd Street from R2 Low Density Dwelling District to PDD Planned Development District. And then a note, this application was withdrawn by the petitioner, so this will not appear later on in the agenda. But is there anyone from the public who would wish to discuss it? And then as a point of clarification, Tom, am I closing this or leaving this open?
Closing it.
Okay. Seeing no one, I move to close the public hearing. There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? That public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 2 is for the purpose of amending the North Urban Renewal Area Plan. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this public hearing? Seeing no one, I move to close the public hearing. Second. There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? This public hearing is closed. Public hearing number 3 is on amending the Downtown Urban Renewal Area Plan. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this public hearing? Seeing no one, I move to close the public hearing.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? This public hearing is closed, and that concludes community development, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Grip. Alderman Ambrose will lead us in the public hearing for Public Works.
Thank you, Your Honor. I open a public hearing on the plans, specifications, form of contract,
an estimated cost covering the Miracle Field of the Quad Cities Phase 2. Anybody from the public wishing to address this? Hearing and seeing no one, Your Honor, I move to close this public hearing.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Ambrose. Our third public hearing area will be finance, and Alderman Tompkins will lead that public hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor. I open the public hearing for the proposed conveyance of a vacant lot, parcel P1214-02, at the northwest corner of Tremont Avenue and East 46th Street, also known as Lot 2 in Public Works Facility, First Edition. Anyone from the public wish to speak to this item? Hearing and seeing no one, I move to close this public hearing.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that closes this public hearing. Thank you.
Alderman Tompkins. There are no presentations for tonight's meeting. Are there any petitions or communication from any of my colleagues or myself? Alderman Mattson.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd just like to invite everyone out Monday on behalf of the American Legion, Davenport, and the DAV and all the veterans organizations. And it's a holiday. Veterans Day is Sunday, but we always celebrate and recognize Veterans Day with the parade on either Monday if it's Sunday or Friday if it's Saturday. So at 10 a.m., parade kicks off at Western and 4th and then goes through downtown Davenport and ends at the courthouse, and there'll be a little ceremony to signify the 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month. So invite everybody out to cheer on all our veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Mattson. Alderman McGinnis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just want to invite everyone. The November 3rd Ward meeting is tomorrow night at 6:30 at the community room of the Davenport Police Department. Please join us then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alderman McGinnis. Seeing no other items for this evening, we're going to move to our action items for discussion. The first area to be discussed is community development, and Alderman Grip will lead that discussion and will set the agenda.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have 5 items on the community development agenda this evening. Item number 1 is a resolution approving case F18-12, being the request of Joseph Stewart for a final plat for a 2-lot subdivision located west of Waverly Road and south of West 15th Street Court. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this item? Anyone from the council? This item will move on. Item number 2 is a resolution approving case F18-13, being the request of Christine Hall Shields Trust for a final plat for a 2-lot subdivision located west of Jersey Ridge Road, approximately 0.3 miles north of East Kimberly Road. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this item? Anyone from council? This item will move on. Item number 3 is a resolution amending the downtown urban renewal area plan to include the downtown street light replacement program. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this item? Anyone from the council? This item moves on. Item number 4 is a resolution amending the North Urban Renewal Area Plan to include an internal advance to the tax increment fund for administrative costs. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to comment on this item? Anyone from the council? This item will move on. And item number 5 is a resolution approving an internal advance to the tax increment fund for administrative costs. Anyone from the public who wishes to comment? Anyone from council? This item will move on. And with that, I would entertain a motion to place all 5 items on the consent agenda. There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That concludes community development, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Grip. Our second area to be discussed is public safety. Alderman Rawson will lead the discussion, and Alderman Condon will set the agenda.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll read these by section and ask for commentary. The first one, third consideration, ordinance amending Schedule 14 of Chapter 10.96 entitled Intersection Traffic Signals by adding 53rd Street at the Costco entrance. Anyone from the public that would like to comment on this item? Anyone from council? Seeing and hearing no one, this item will move on. Second section, first consideration, ordinance amending Schedule 11 of Chapter 10.96 entitled Resident Parking Only by adding Jackson Avenue along both sides between Concord Street and Ditmer Street. Anyone from the public that would like to comment on this item? Anyone from council? Seeing and hearing no one, this item will move on. Section 3, resolution closing various streets, lanes, or public grounds on the listed dates to hold outdoor events. There's 3 items. Item number 1, St. Ambrose University Galvin Fine Arts Center SAU Theater Children's Show School Matinee, November 28th, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., November 29th through 30th, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Closure location, Gaines Street from Locust to Lombard Street. St. Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Society, St. Patrick's Day Grand Parade. Already, we haven't had winter yet. March 16th, 2018, 11 a.m. to 1. Oh, 20, you're right. That should be 2019. We're making it retroactive. Another parade. Can't have too many of those. March 16th, 2019, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Closure location, Centennial Bridge and Gaines Street to 3rd Street, east to Pershing. Anyone from the public would like to comment on this item? The third item is Case-I St. Patrick's Day Race, 7:30 a.m. to noon, March 16th, 2019. Again, we have a little typo there. We're stuck in the past. Set up beginning March 15th, 2019. Closure location, 7:30 a.m. to noon, 2nd Street from Main to Brady, only for pre- and post-race activities. Then 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. race course, 2nd Street east of the drive up to U.S. Bank, east to Brady, north to 3rd Street, then west to Division, and return to Brady Street, south to 2nd Street to the finish line. For any of those 3 items, any public with comment? Yes, Adam, state your name and ward or address.
Ed McWilliams, 5th Ward. As a representative from Case-I, we certainly appreciate partnering with the city to pull off this huge fundraiser, which this is one of 2. Our second one is our 10th anniversary Case-I Hat Bash, which is not too far off, so we've been pretty busy getting stuff prepared for that, so Case-I is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Anyone else from the public? Anyone from council? Seeing and hearing no one, those 3 items will move on. Next section is motion to approve beer and liquor license applications. This is for new licenses, new owners, temporary permits, temporary outdoor areas, and locations. There's 2 items. Los Primos Mexican Grill, 1143 East Locust Street, new license, type C for liquor. And Casa Maguey Mexican Cantina and Grill, 3852 North Brady Street, new license, license type C for liquor. Anyone would like to comment on either one of those licenses? Anyone from council? Seeing and hearing no one, those 2 will move on. The last section is annual license renewals. Those are in your packet for your perusal. I won't read through those. And with that, I will ask Alderman Condon to set the agenda.
I move to put all items on the consent agenda.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. And we're done, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Russin and Alderman Condon. Our third area to be discussed is Public Works. Alderman Ambrose will lead that discussion, and Alderman Dunn will set the agenda.
Thank you, Your Honor. The first item on our discussion is a third consideration ordinance amending Schedule 1 of Chapter 10.96 entitled Snow Routes by adding various streets. I'll read all these and I'll come back and ask for public and council. Number 2 is a second consideration of ordinance amending 2018 Uniform Plumbing Code to add a new paragraph to Section 605.22. Number 3 is a resolution approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated costs covering the Miracle Field of the Quad Cities Phase 2. Number 4 is a resolution approving the change order number 6 in the amount of $138,254 to the sanitary sewer equalization basin B and K contract. Number 5 is a resolution approving a contract for the Silver Creek Bank Stabilization Project to Langman Construction of Rock Island, Illinois, in the amount of $178,415. Number 6 is a resolution approving the contract for the Duck Creek Steam Bank Stabilization Project for Legacy Corporation of East Moline in the amount of $338,880. Number 7 is a resolution of acceptance for the construction of West 5th Street and Western Avenue intersection improvement completed by Hawkeye Paving Corporation of Bettendorf. Number 8 is a resolution of acceptance for the FY 2017 contract sewer repair program from Hometown Plumbing and Heating of Davenport. And number 9 is a resolution approving a contract amendment for the Federal Street Sewer Improvement Project from Hawkeye Paving Corporation in the amount of $72,000. The last item is number 10, approving the change order number 12 to the contract with Valley Construction Company for the Veterans Memorial Parkway project from Jersey Ridge Road to Interstate 74, estimated cost $70,000. Is there anybody from the public wishing to address any of these? Council? Alderman Dunn, please set the agenda.
I make a motion placing all items on consent, please.
All in favor? Opposed? Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Alderman Ambrose and Alderman Dunn. Our last area to be discussed is finance, and Alderman Tompkins will lead that discussion, and Alderman McGinnis will set the agenda.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have five items for tonight for finance. Number 1 is a resolution conveying a vacant lot parcel P1214-02 at the northwest corner of Tremont Avenue and East 46th Street, also known as Lot 2, in Public Works Facility, First Edition. Anyone from the public wish to comment on this item? Anyone from council? This item will move on. Number 2 is a resolution approving payment of $138,651.25 to Tyler Technologies Incorporated of Falmouth, Maine, for the support and maintenance of the Munis software system for the period of 11/1/18 through 10/31/19. Anyone from the public wish to comment on this item? Anyone from council? This item will move forward. Number 3 is a motion directing the city administrator to amend the fiscal year 2019 budget by $400,000 for the purpose of purchasing a national integrated ballistic information network system for the Davenport Police Department. This is pretty exciting, so congrats. Anyone from the public wish to have any comment on this item? Anyone from council? Alderman Ambrose?
Thanks, Madam Chair. Do we have someone from PD to share with the public, what our hopes are with this technology?
Thank you, Your Honor. Jeff Blale, your Assistant Chief. So with the NIBIN system, basically or essentially what that is it's comparable to a fingerprint type system for firearms. So what that does is it takes shell casings, it takes the ballistic projectile, and it also matches them with specific weapons. So what this does, and having the ability to have this system, is it turns over our lab time from right now, it's looking to 6 to 7 months before we get any kind of results back on an item that we have in evidence, whether it be shell casings from shots fired, whether it be a ballistic projectile, or if we confiscate a weapon off the street from somebody, it takes us a 6 to 7 month turnaround to determine definitively that these are items that match. So what this system will do for us is that it will push it to a time period of around a week to 2 week time period. So in other words, we catch a perpetrator with a gun, we're able to, within 2 weeks, to detect what type of, what situations or what shots fired they could have been involved with immediately, to include, violent crime, somebody being shot as well. So what this does is it speeds up the entire process. It gets us connected to the national network for ballistics identification. So it's really, really a big deal. We're very excited for the support on this, and it's definitely something that's going to turn around our investigative time with violent crime in Davenport.
Thanks, Major Blazels. It sounds exciting. Hopefully we could get our courts to speed up a little bit too, keep the riffraff off our streets.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment on that item? Okay, that item moves forward. Number 4 is a motion approving the purchase of a toolcat for the Parks and Recreation Department from a State of Iowa master agreement with Rexco of Davenport in the amount of $54,088.48. Anyone from the public wish to comment on this item? Anyone from council? This item isn't as exciting, huh? Thank you. This item moves forward. Number 5. Yeah, that's true. Motion approving a submission of the City of Davenport Annual Urban Renewal Report for fiscal year 2018. Anyone from the public wish to comment on this item? Anyone from council? This item will move forward. Alderman McGinnis, will you please set the agenda?
I would make a motion to put all items, all 5 items, on the consent agenda.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Excellent. We also have just some items for, just for notification. We have 2 items listed that are purchases between $10,000 and $50,000, and that takes care of finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Tompkins and Alderman McGinnis. Are there any other ordinance, resolutions, and motions this evening? Seeing none, are there any public with business this evening? Ooh, close.
Adam McWilliams, 5th Ward. I just wanted to let all you guys know that I've been selected to be one of 3 that have been selected to be a global messenger, and the other 2 athletes are Jason Helkias and Laura Smith. Those are the other 2 that they've also been, besides myself, that have been selected to be a global messenger. And what a global messenger does is speaks about Special Olympics to the general public, and then also they get to speak at Special Olympics events, and then myself and the 2 other global messengers will have our own coaches that'll help us write our own speeches. So I just wanted to let you guys all know. And also on Wednesday, December 5th, the Cobble Shrine that is located across from Thunderbird Grill is going to be presenting to Scott County Special Olympics a check for $2,000. And there's a dinner that'll be beforehand and then presenting of the check, and they also need a global messenger to write a speech and accept the check on the behalf, and I've been selected to do that. So I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. So thank you.
Thank you, Adam, very much. Thank you. Any other public with business? Are there any other reports of city officials? Seeing none tonight, is there a motion to adjourn? Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Any opposed, same sign. Adjourned.